Hi, I'm Hal Bradbury. I'm the new chemical oceanographer at the Department of Earth, Ocean and Atmospheric Sciences in the University of British Columbia. I'm technically a marine isotope biogeochemist. I'd love to give a bit of an introduction about myself. So I'm a chemical oceanographer, or an isotope geochemist, or a marine isotope geochemist, really depending on what you want to call me, maybe a biogeochemist, all the options. And I moved to Vancouver really recently in December to take up this position, and I moved from the UK. The research topics that I'm excited about now are mainly to do with the carbon cycle and marine sediments and how this links to the overlying ocean. So I've just written my first discovery grant to look at this kind of carbon cycling in the sediments. Now, we know that the carbon cycle is important because of the climate, and the main sink of carbon from Earth's surface to solid Earth is in the oceans, where it's deposited, as you know, through the deposition of carbonate minerals and organic carbon onto the seafloor. And what I'm really interested in is what happens to this carbon once it's been deposited. So it could either just be preserved, or actually it can be broken down by a series of different reactions, and how they interact really controls what form the carbon is actually stored in, or whether it's released back to the ocean. And I think these kind of processes are really important as well, because they link back to lots of other elements. So if you have different reactions happening with your organic carbon, this can lead to the release or consumption of different elements, which is impacting these cycles between the sediment and the seawater itself. I think what I really liked about EOAS when I was looking at the department and looking at this position was I really like how interdisciplinary the department is. So you have researchers in so many different areas, and I can see myself collaborating across the whole department. So working with the oceanographers and the isotope geochemists and the geologists, and then more people doing the kind of numerical modelling side of things as well, and machine learning. So I think there's lots of opportunities there for some great collaborations, which really kind of drew me to the department. I think also I really like the combined focus on both excellent research but also new teaching methods, and I thought that the support provided by the department for undergraduate and graduate teaching was really good, and I really liked the fact that there was a bit of a focus on teaching as well. Luckily, I enjoy teaching chemical oceanography, and also just with my background in earth sciences, I quite like teaching a broad range. So I think I'm going to be teaching the introduction, part of the Introduction to Oceanography course in next September, and then the following in January I'll be teaching the Chemical Oceanography 4th year course. I also really like teaching field geology, so I've done quite a lot of field teaching, and I'm actually going on the Banfield course in a couple of weeks, which should be fun. And I think that during field teaching, students really get a chance to see the kind of scale of geological and oceanographic processes, which can be really hard to grasp in lecture-based learning. And I think that actually having the time to spend quality time with your lecturers and researchers and experts really gives the students something different from purely a lecture-based course.